A number of armed factions are still jostling for control after the collapse of Assad's regime. They include the Kurdish-led Syrian Democratic Forces, which have allied with the United States to combat extremist Islamic State, and the Syrian National Army, a militia backed by Turkey, which is hostile to the Kurdish forces. For more than a decade, the Kurdish-led soldiers have been America's most reliable partner in Syria, liberating cities seized by the extremist group and detaining around 9,000 of its fighters. But Turkey, which shares a border with Syria, has long considered the Kurdish group to be its enemy. The Turkish government believes the Kurdish fighters in Syria are allied with the separatist Kurdistan Workers' Party (PKK), which has fought the Turkish state for decades. Turkish new dominance leaves the Kurds exposed. The shape of the new Syrian government, led by the Islamist group Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, is still being determined, but American officials and Middle East analysts agree Turkey will have an outsized influence. That means Kurdish groups' foothold in the northeast looks increasingly tenacious, said Waleh Halizat, a Syrian expert and a former American diplomat. Turkey will have the biggest leverage in what's happening and will happen in Syria for the foreseeable future. So you see how politics is being played. After Bashar al-Assad is dethroned, Turkey shares border with Syria. The main ally of America in Syria, Turkey is against them because these people Turkey declared them enemy for decades. And now Turkey is taking advantage of its role, the opportunity they have, the leverage they have. And according to analysts, they are going to have leverage for a long time in foreseeable future in Syria. America's role, there really needs to be some kind of ceasefire peace agreement between the Turks and the Kurdish that both sides can agree with. That one is certain. But the diplomatic balancing act he faced was clear. His meetings in Turkey included talks with the foreign minister, Hakan Fidan, who earlier last week said that any PKK extension in Syria cannot be considered a legitimate partner. So you see, it is just all about interests. All these countries are fighting about their interests. Yes, it's nothing more than that. It's just about interest for them. Senator Lindsey, Republic of South Carolina, warned in a statement on social media that he was prepared to pursue for economic sanctions against Turkey if it attacked the Kurdish forces. So you see, this senator is saying that if Turkey attacks the Kurdish forces, which is America's most trusted allies, that he will pursue for sanctions for Turkey to be sanctioned. But you know, this might even lead to one thing, because the way it is going, if proper measures are not taken, then you will leave these talks, these Kurdish fighters, with no choice than for them to ask to succeed. Yes, because if they see that the Turkish-backed groups are trying to suppress them, trying to marginalize them, you will give them no choice than to want to secede or separate themselves from Syria. So it's only time will tell. We will see how all these are going to play out in Syria.